Hi, Alan.
How you doing, my dear?
I'm very good.
This is good. Okay, is everything all clear now? You're all set? Comfortable?
Yep.
Okay, we are now going into session 3. This is actually action. Everything up till now has been prep. Once again, to review, the first session was all about finding the child inside you. I found her. You know that, I know that. The second session was putting your whole life, seeing it all as a quest, and how every relationship has played its role in you being where you are right now, and you loving yourself. Every relationship. And so you can see yourself as on a quest. Remember now, in the third session, we're taking accountability. We also, in the second session, we were able to determine you checked out at 5 years old. Thank you so much for that life chart, verbalized life chart and everything. It was really great. Your description of everything that happened to you as a child. Eileen, by the way, was the mother you always wanted, whether you know that or not. Kevin, as I anticipated, Kevin was the family you wanted. Eileen was the mother you wanted. I mean, you have been manifesting these people who can unconditionally love you so that you can finally emerge from your own cocoon. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
So you've been on a great quest. You really have. And so there's nothing, it's everything to be excited about, nothing to dread. Okay, so looking once again also at that chart, that dream you had, reoccurring dream at 5 years old about being stabbed in the heart, that confirms that your heart closed at 5 years old. That's when the pain overrode the joy, the painful memory took precedence over the joyful memory. That's when you basically emotionally checked out. Does that make sense? Everything in your life since then has been a quest to get back to where you checked out. That's where we are right now. Because you've got a midwife, me, okay, who is not afraid, has to be somebody who's not afraid of your pain and knows that underneath it is joy, intention, and purpose. So, you had all types of homework to do, so tell me about it.
Basically, yes, I could see all the relationships and be grateful for them. And I could also see the patterns that I've done, which basically is not being responsible or taking too much responsibility in one hand. If I was talking with you and you got in bad form or whatever, I would always thought everything referred back to me. So I lose myself when people get annoyed or disapproving, approval seeker, and I change. I become like a chameleon to fit in, and
become whatever. That's the ego. You become whatever you feel they want you to be. That's what the ego is. A projection of what you feel you have to be loved versus who you really are.
Mm-hmm.
All set. Continue.
And the situation never feels warranted for these reactions, even though it's an internal thing. It feels like a life or death situation for me. It's like I don't count.
Right.
Even simple things about making a decision.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel I have really big capacity for taking on everybody's. I don't know. I've no boundaries about where you start and me finish. Right.
Yep.
I take everything on and have big capacity, but then I won't let any good in sometimes either. If somebody gives me a compliment, I'll brush it off.
That's the unworthiness. You can't accept being loved because you're unworthy. So you'll do everything to sabotage that. So those days are over today. Today we're moving into victim accountability, and you had homework. Did you thank these people? How many people did you thank in the last day or so?
Well, I've been looking at that, and I've said it to these people. I've said it to Kevin. I've said it to these. Mommy and Daddy's not here, but I am grateful. I feel it. It's like the thing with Anna. There's a gratitude in showing me these things, because it's like if I went and lived in a cave, I'd think I was fine. There's nobody annoying me. I don't have to pretend to be anybody else.
That's right.
So I can see anybody that I'm afraid of or afraid of relating to is showing me again, you're afraid to be your true self.
That's right. And now you understand why. Because when you were your true self, Do you have any pictures of you before 5 years old?
No, well, not before. I had one, but I can't find it because I hadn't got many. I had one of me in a pram when I was about 1.5, and I was cute.
That'd be good.
I was cute.
Okay, then you saw the picture of me
Yep.
at 3 years old?
Yep.
That's what we're after. It'd be kind of nice if I had a picture of you about the same age so you could really see what you're like. You've experienced it, but you haven't had a chance to see it. So, however, don't worry about that. Now, recognize this, is that you have manifested every person you needed to give you what you needed, like Eileen, Kevin, all these people, Stephen, a seeker who led you to me. I mean, all this stuff is a clearly defined quest. That would not be happening unless there was something beautiful inside there. Please. It would not be happening. If there was something terrible, why would you be doing that? Doesn't make sense. Correct?
That's right.
So, did you read chapter 12?
I did.
Okay, you're going to be doing that same exercise. Did you read the Fort Mason story?
The who?
The Fort story at the end of
Yep.
chapter 12.
Yep.
When I walked into the scene at Fort Mason and Golden Gate Bridge.
I did.
Okay, all that's important because that's all ahead of you two. So my job, the fact that you've been trapped by the need for out-of-validation because of your unworthiness. Now is the time to shift to inner validation. And you're not going to be worried about that anymore. You're going to realize that being you is not only enough, it's beautiful. So, today, any other questions before we start this exercise today?
No, it's just, okay, over the years, it hasn't been, it's more a subtle thing that I'm noticing about, it's not major things. It used to be major things involving drink and everything else, but now it's getting very subtle. I can just notice, it's near like the Princess and the Pea story.
What's that?
This princess was lying in a bed, and there was mattresses upon mattresses, loads of blankets, and there was one pea way down, and it still was enough to annoy her. It feels like that because before it felt like I was lying on boulders.
Okay. Now you're lying in peace.
Yeah. Because I'm not blaming other people out there now. I know any time I'm afraid or blame somebody, or it's not about them.
Marina, you're ready. I can see it. This is why I love doing Skype. I can see it in your face. You're ready. So this is why we're working together. You're ready. So now, we're going to be doing a very special exercise today called the Victim Accountability Exercise. And tomorrow, you're going to be hearing a tape of two people that's going to be perfect for you that every one of my clients has heard. One person who had a very, very difficult birth trauma, spent 6 weeks in an incubator by herself, had major issues with aloneness. You're going to hear her break through on a recorded telephone conversation with me. And you're also going to hear another one of a person who was an incest survivor with her own father for 7 years, and she was thrown out of the house by her mother. You're going to love that one. And she made a total breakthrough. So these are going to be your companions to tell you that underneath all that pain is joy, and it's only about this thick, the pain. Okay? With this exercise, you must show up. Don't be careful with me. Don't make that mistake. You ready to do that?
Yep.
I know you are. Okay. Rhetorical question. Okay. Any other questions before we start?
Nope.
Nothing left over? Last sessions, anything like that? Nothing?
No.
Good. Okay, today we're going to be doing the victim accountability exercise. I got to tell you a little bit about this exercise first to prep you for this. This happened to me. All my work is based on my own experience. This happened to me in 1987 when I went to LifeSpring. You probably never heard of LifeSpring, but it's a self-awareness seminar. And I was not back in my private practice at that time. I was still trying to prove my unified field, and I was empowering a nonprofit organization. And one of my best friends took LifeSpring, which is a self-awareness seminar. And so I decided to take it too. And because I knew that the methodology was all set up for you to confront yourself. The most major confrontation, as you are finding out now, is confronting yourself. It isn't somebody else, you confronting you, correct?
Yep.
So he came back, and I could see that he had really made a major shift. So, sight unseen, I decided to take this course. And the second day there, we did this exercise called the Victim Accountability Exercise. Perhaps one of the most powerful exercises I've ever experienced. And a major decision was made from this exercise. So pretend you and I are in a room of about 200 people in the Holiday Inn in San Francisco. And that's where I was. And Michael Schwartz was the trainer. And he said, okay, you're going to be A's and B's. I'm always an A. I always go first. A, okay, you're an A, Alan. Okay, you are going to be victims. And A's, I want you to be, and B's just going to listen to you. So pick out some person you're going to be a victim with. So I always pick, guess who? My mother. Because most people, and by the way, that's your big issue too. It wasn't your dad who betrayed you. It was your mother who was not there for you when you needed her, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
I have had major issues with my mother. When I say major, communication, feeling afraid, feeling uncomfortable. And I couldn't understand that for years because apparently it was my father who'd done things, and yet it was my mother who I seemed to be resentful towards. When I say resentful, uncomfortable with, afraid of, wanting to keep away from her.
Because she was the one who wasn't there for you when you needed. You didn't check out until your mother didn't come. That's when you were totally alone and separated from love. Correct? That's when your heart closed. So your mother is really the person here you have the deepest resentment towards because she wasn't there for you. But all mothers fail. You have too. And you know this yourself. So there's no way you can be perfect. So I said, okay, I want you to be my mother. To A, his name was Chris Irwin, who later became a client of mine and made a great breakthrough. Okay. So Chris is my mother. And so Michael Schwartz says, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing with you. Okay, A's, there's about 200 people in the room. I want you to be a victim. Really be a victim. Don't hold back anything. Really be a victim. I want you to see what it feels like to be a victim. So I showed up. I have the ability to surrender, Marina. So I totally showed up. So I'll pretend you're Chris. Okay, ready? Mm-hmm. Mother, I resent you for taking away from my grandfather and Delia. You're the one who made me feel alone. You're the one that made me close my heart. You're the one that made me become Rock Jr. You're the one that made me go through my life proving myself versus being myself. You're the one that made me manifest people just like you, Mother. Beautiful, emotionally unavailable, you dirty rat. I hate your guts. Really got into being a victim. So I'm play acting it now. I mean, really, it was heavy. And so after about 2 minutes, Michael Schwartz says, okay, Ace, stop. How's that feel? Heavy. It's heavy. You know this yourself. It's heavy. When you're a victim, you're carrying around negative, heavy energy. It's heavy. He says, okay, now I want you to take accountability. Total accountability. So I shifted. And I said these words. Mother, I chose you. You could not have been any different than the way you were. You were totally clobbered by your mother, who was a world-class genius, but an alcoholic. You had no idea of who you were. There's no possible way you could have seen me or my light. And the last thing you wanted after your son was 2 twin boys. So I'm the one who checked out when you took me away from my grandfather. I'm the one that decided being me was not enough. I'm the one that decided to prove myself versus being myself. I'm the one that made the decision to become Rock Jr. like my older brother. I'm the one that manifested people like you, Mother, because that's where I was stuck. So guess what? You're off the hook, Mom. You couldn't have been any different than the way you were. I made all these decisions. I no longer hold you responsible for feelings I felt and decisions that I alone made as a child. How can I hold you responsible for decisions that I made? You couldn't have been any different than the way you were. And you're a gift in my life. And I love you. And you were a gift in my life because I had a chance to totally open my heart with you and bust through. The biggest gift I gave you, Mother, was me. Just being me. going beyond the need for your validation or anything. And it became much more important that I love me than you love me, and you know that, Mother. That's why you came to me after you died. You're off the hook. Okay, that's what it's like being accountable. Now, I want you to know, after I did that, I felt so light. It was unbelievable. It was like flying. And I literally pulled the lever inside me, just like this. And I said these words, which I want you to write down. Write them down, right now.
My pen has disappeared, Alan.
Oh my God, she doesn't have a pen.
I have 1 second. Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Write this down. I will never say no to myself again, or allow myself to be controlled by fear. I will never say no to myself again, or allow myself to be controlled by fear. You got that?
Yep.
Okay. That decision, Marina, changed my life. Because I have never said no to myself again. Literally walked right into my destiny. And that's when 4 days later I walked into that scene in San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge, a precognitive vision I had as a child at 6 years old, when I knew I was going to be doing that. That's when I proved my unified field. So everything was in sync. Because I realized the whole universe was saying yes, and I was saying no, just like you are doing. And I started saying yes, and not being controlled by fear. It all changed. Because of that one decision. I will never say no to myself again, or allow myself to be controlled by fear. That's why all my clients are sent to me. This is why you are here talking to me now, my dear. Because you've gone through the mill, but it's your turn, kiddo. And don't think that it isn't. Okay? So I'm not going to bore you with the rest of the story, because quite honestly, I can tell you a story how I completed with my older brother, took him off the hook, touched his heart, but I don't want to do that. It's all in the book. I'd much rather deal with you. Okay?
Okay.
So, after reading that story in the book, are you inspired now to really show up in this exercise?
I am.
Oh,
I have a problem.
What?
You're going to get me to be a victim to my mother. Okay? I say, yes, ma'am, it was all your fault. You weren't there. You didn't see me.
No, wait. We're not. No, I'm going to be doing it with you.
Okay.
We're not doing it yet.
Okay. But what happens if I don't if I'm not holding her responsible anymore, but it's myself?
Don't worry about it. Stop beating yourself up. You're in good hands.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Okay. So, we're going to start off with your mother. I should tell you one quick thing. After I did that, my older brother showed up, who I had not seen for 15 years. This is not in my book. Came out here to see me. I totally touched his heart. Completely touched his heart. Got him to a place of another choice, all because of that exercise. Touched his heart. Got him to a place of another choice. And that was my ultimate completion. It was my older brother, the person I made the decision to become live. I touched his heart. And you got it. You got it. It was like I was another person. There was nothing holding me back. There was nothing. No way I was going to say no to myself. That was not an accident, him coming out to see me. It was like the universe saying, here's your brother, take your power back, please, we need you. Okay, that's exactly what's happening with you. The universe needs you. It really does. And I'm honored to be doing my work with you. I really am. So, here we go. Victim accountability. We're going to start with your mother. So I want you, I'm going to be your mother during this exercise. I want you to be a victim. Give me an example again, like, Mother, I resent you for blah, 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 not being there for me, whatever it is, don't hold back, show up. Let's go.
It feels weird. But anyway.
I don't care. Just do it anyway.
Okay, Mommy, I resent you for not being there for me, not seeing me, not protecting
I
me.
want you to feel it. Feel it a little bit more, please. I resent you for what? Let's start right from the beginning. For not being there for me. Go ahead.
Not being there for me, not coming to protect me, not being there emotionally for me. Yes, I know.
Making me feel what?
Making me feel that I was bad. There was something wrong with me.
Alone. How about alone too?
Oh yes, I was alone. I was on my own. Nobody was. Yes.
You're making me feel alone. Let me help you. Again. I resent you for not being there for me, making me feel alone. Remember, she replaced you with your younger sister Jenny too at 5 years old, correct?
She did.
Like the perfect storm. All this stuff happening with your father. Jenny comes on the scene. You're the middle child now. Totally disappeared, correct?
Yes.
That's big time aloneness, Marina. Let's go.
I know.
I want a little more of you in this section. Being a victim.
I always felt I wasn't seen.
I felt it made me feel unseen. What else? Make it like you made me do this. You messages or victim messages.
You made me feel unseen. You made me feel that I wasn't worth anything.
What else? Go ahead.
You made me feel that I wasn't important, that I didn't count.
Right.
I was scared and alone. I had nobody to talk to.
You made me feel what? Unprotected too, correct?
Unprotected, not safe.
Yep.
Scared.
What else?
Scared to death.
That's right. What else? Your mother's here right now. I'm her right now. So this is your chance to tell her.
You didn't see my pain. You choose not to see it. To me, it was obvious. I seen kids, and you know just one look at them that they weren't happy. You choose to ignore it. Be it out of your own pain, you still choose to ignore it.
Okay. What else? What's the number one thing you resent the most about your mother?
She just wasn't there.
You and I'm her.
You just weren't there. You just
and how did that make you feel?
You just weren't there. I felt you were a stranger. I felt I couldn't connect with you. I felt you didn't want me. You didn't want to see my pain. You didn't want to see me. I was invisible, right under your own nose.
Okay. You made me feel alone, invisible, unwanted, unloved, and unprotected.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Does that feel heavy?
It does.
Okay, it should. Okay, now we're going to take accountability. So I want you to suddenly shift,
So soon?
Marina. Yes. Right now. Unless you have something more victim stuff. You have any more victim stuff with your mother?
That covers it all. Oh yes,
Then
no,
let's go.
I got blamed and I got made taken responsibility.
You made me feel. Go ahead.
You made me feel guilty and ashamed for going places with my father when I'd no other choice. You tried to make me responsible for going places with him when you should have been talking to your fucking own husband.
So you made me feel betrayed.
Yes.
You might as well say it.
You made me
feel betrayed.
Betrayed.
Yeah.
Blamed. I felt blamed for everything. I felt responsible.
I was in total. That's right. I was in total no-choice situation, right?
Yes.
That's when you checked out, by the way, Marina. From that deep place of darkness, you checked out, and rightfully so. There was nobody there for you.
No.
You had no other choice but to check out. That's when the pain overrode the joy. That's when that little girl disappeared. Until now.
And
now you're going to
I'm
feel
not finished with you yet, Mommy.
Okay, go ahead.
Then Jenny came along.
Oh, go ahead.
And she was a sick, not sickly, but what do you call it? Somebody who's
Colicky.
like China, delicate. She delicate,
Yes.
and she had convulsions she used to take, and then all the attention was given to her, and I'm here in the middle,
Feeling what?
alone, not seen,
Yes.
betrayed again, betrayed again.
Yes.
All the rest of the shite.
Okay.
Not being, I'm not. You don't even see me.
That's right.
I don't count. I'm invisible. I'm worthless.
That's right. I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm bad. There's something big
I'm a bad. Okay.
wrong with me.
I've got it. I've got it. Does that feel? Now, does that really feel heavy? I want you to feel heavy. Does that feel heavy?
You want me to keep going?
Yes.
It's just a continuation from that. And then you made me feel definitely alone when you were taking tablets, or you're away in your own world and with your own pain.
Mm-hmm. Like I had to be your mother. You felt like you had to be her mother.
Well, I had to behave. I had to be what she wanted me to be. I couldn't be.
Right.
I couldn't be myself. She didn't want to see that. You didn't want to see that.
You didn't want to see that. You made me feel the only choice I had was to become like you, mother. Right?
Yes.
Become just like you, mother. And I did it. Correct?
Yes.
By anything else?
Good job.
Anything else? Stop beating yourself up. That won't work in this. Okay, anything else that you feel resentment towards your mother for? This is your chance.
I feel resentful towards you because you never even. Not only was I dealing with all this stuff with my father, I wasn't taught about bodies. I wasn't taught about what happens to young girls and their teenagers. It was written on a piece of paper. Has Marina got her period, yes or no, to my older sister? My older sister had to write down yes. No talk.
You didn't basically tell me you didn't tell me anything about what I had to face as a teenager or a woman.
You made me feel ashamed. There was something wrong with all this stuff. And not only all the stuff that was going on now, I have proof of it.
Okay. So, anything more?
Just a continuation of that same thing.
Okay. So look, does that feel heavy?
It does.
Okay, good. Stay in that place. Because now you're going to take accountability. I want you to really show up, Marina. And accountability is I messages, not you. I messages. Let me give you an example one more time. My last example, using my mother. I pretend you're my mother. Okay. Mother, I chose you. You couldn't have been any different the way you were. You were clobbered as a child. Your mother never saw you at all. If there's no way you could have seen my light, I'm the one that checked out. I'm the one that made the decision to become Rock Jr. I'm the one that decided to prove myself and go do all this stuff in my life to prove myself versus be myself. I'm the one that manifested people just like you, Mother, because that's where I was stuck. You're off the hook. Okay, let's go. Your mom. Mom, I chose you. You couldn't start. I chose you. You could not have been any different the way you were. Let's go.
Mommy, I call her. I chose you because you couldn't have been any different than the way you were.
Tell me about your mother's childhood. I'm your mother. What was my childhood like?
Your childhood was your father wasn't. You didn't trust in him at all, and your mother poisoned your mind against your father.
Was I molested too by my father?
I don't think so, but you weren't available. But you weren't given the love that you needed, the validation of you being okay as you were. You got married into. You were raped on your honeymoon night. I found out about you. You did not suspect this. It was like being traumatized, thrown into something. He started. My father then started beating up on you, Mommy. You were scared. You tried to leave him. You were in your pain. You couldn't see me. When I thought you were abandoning me, you were somewhere else looking for help. Some neighbour's phone. I didn't realise that at the time. You were off the hook. I made a decision to close my eyes.
No, not yet.
Oh.
You could not have possibly seen me. You couldn't have seen my pain because you never dealt with your own pain, Mom. So there's no way you could have seen my pain. It scared you to death. And you had no way to deal with my father. So you basically did the best you could, but there's no way you could have done anything different. Just go. Say it.
You couldn't see my pain. You were in too much pain yourself.
Go ahead.
If you did notice my pain or feel it, you didn't know what the hell it was because of your own pain. You hadn't a clue how to deal with it, how to love it, because you were scared to death, because you hadn't a clue how to deal with your own pain.
That's right.
tried with what you had. It mightn't have been.
Now, we're on a roll here. Now shift it to I. I'm the one from that pain and aloneness that made the decision to do what? Let's go.
I'm the one from that pain and aloneness that closed myself off to you. I got afraid.
To everyone.
I got afraid.
Close my heart. I'm the one that decided to close my heart. Let's go.
Close my heart too. I was the one that made assumptions about what it meant about me. I was the one that kept your arm's length. Even in later years you tried to reach out, but my attitude was too little too late, Mother.
Okay, I'm the one that decided to versus love you, punish you by withholding love. Let's get to the bottom here.
I was punishing you because you needn't come now. You needn't come now trying to get back in. Too little, too late. Where were you when you needed you? So I played that game for a long time.
Confirming that you checked out at 5 years old. I'm the one that decided to close my heart and punish you, and punish anyone else who tried to get close to me. Come on, let's go, Marina. Total accountability.
I'm trying.
I know you are, but this is when I get tough. This is when I get tough in this session.
Keep getting tough.
I'm going to make sure you get it.
I am the one that closed my heart. I choose to close my heart and be in fear. I choose not to give another chance, not to reach out. I choose to make everything mean you are bad, I was bad. It was me that done it all. It was me that decided to punish everybody.
I'm the one that decided I was a piece of shit.
I'm the one that decided I was bad and later on became evil.
Right? Go ahead.
I'm the one.
And I'm the one that decided to punish you and everyone else who tried to get close to me.
I tried to punish you and everyone else who tried to get close to me because I believed I was a victim of all these circumstances, but I didn't see that I was the one that made myself be a victim.
You were the one who felt the pain and decided from a place of deep pain and aloneness that you weren't worthy of love. Come on, let's get to it. I'm the one who decided I was unworthy of being loved. How could anyone treat me like this? I'm the one who checked out and decided that being me was not enough. Say it.
I'm the one that checked out, decided that who I was not good enough, wasn't worthy enough. There was something wrong with me. I closed my heart to everybody. I lived in fear. I lived in fear from closing my own heart. And the longer I closed my own heart, the more fear was produced, the more I reacted angrily towards anybody that came in my path.
And I'm the one that decided to push people away that tried to love me from that place of unworthiness. Come on, let's go all the way here.
And from that place, I decided to push people away. I decided to make it about them what they weren't doing instead of what I wasn't doing. I had my heart closed. I was in fear, but I wouldn't take accountability for it. So I blamed other people.
That's right. And I'm the one that took basically decided to become whatever people wanted me to be, totally convinced that being me was not enough.
Oh, I definitely done that. I can still do it.
Say it.
Huh?
I'm the one that decided to become what everyone wanted me to be versus who I was because I was totally convinced that being me was not enough.
I'm the one that decided to become a chameleon and be whatever. If somebody says dance, I'd say how high, even though if I didn't want to dance, because I'm afraid that I am not enough, and I can still play that game today, even in subtle ways, as simple as making a decision, because I choose to keep being fear and close my heart instead of being me and saying this is who I am.
I'm the one that decided to give away all my power.
I did.
And never claim it myself.
I have decided to give away all my power to anybody who comes into my sphere. Anybody.
Okay. So now look. Back to your mother again. You got that sheet I sent you?
Yes.
You should.
Yes.
Hey, read it. The lead-in. You are now completing with your mother.
Yes.
Read the lead-in. I have been holding some resentment. Let's go. I'm your mother.
So you're my mother in this.
Yep. I've been holding some resentment towards a few people. That's on the sheet I sent you.
Yep.
Read it.
I'm getting it. I'm bringing it up. I have been holding.
Got it?
Okay, here you go. Yes, because yeah. I have been
Got it? I can help you with it. I have it right here.
I have it here. Hold on. I put it in my desktop so I'd see it. It's disappeared. Oh wow, it's disappeared.
I can help you.
You sure? It's in your book anyway.
Yeah, but I've got my nice sheet which I sent you.
Okay.
Okay. I've been holding some resentment towards a few people in my life, including you. I'm your mother. Let's go.
I've been holding resentment to everybody in my life, including you.
But it's really resentment towards myself.
It really, definitely is resentment towards myself.
For blaming others.
Blaming others.
For my inability.
For my inability.
To take risks.
To take risks.
Express my deepest feelings.
Express my deepest feelings.
And ask for what I want.
And ask for what I goddamn want.
That's right. That's one of the things. You can't do that because you don't think you deserve it. Don't you get it? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, once again, one with your mother. I no longer hold you responsible, but feelings that I felt and decisions that I alone made as a child. Let's go.
I no longer hold resentment to you for feelings.
No, I no longer hold you responsible.
I no longer
feelings
hold you
that I felt and decisions that I alone made.
I no longer hold you responsible for decisions alone that I made.
For feelings that I felt and decisions that I alone made.
For feelings that I felt and sins alone that I made.
That's right. As a child.
As a child.
Okay, this is what it is. I no longer hold you responsible for feelings that I felt and decisions that I alone made as a child. Right?
Yep. I no longer hold you responsible for feelings I had or sins that I done as a child.
Nothing you did, but feelings that I felt and decisions that I alone made. You felt alone, you felt unwanted. What was the decision you made? To become what?
Me.
Become powerless.
Yeah, powerless.
Become totally powerless. Give away my power to you. Become like you, mother. Right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, I made that decision, mother, from a place of aloneness. But I'm the one that made the decision.
Yep.
Correct?
Yep. Alone. I
Two.
did.
How can I hold you responsible for feelings that I made? Say it.
How can I hold you responsible for feelings that I myself made?
It's true. How can you blame me? I'm your mom. How can you blame me for the decision that you made? I couldn't have been any different than the way I was. I was scared to death. I was scared of your father. I had scared what was happening to you. I was stuck. I had no idea of how to cope with your pain. Don't you get it?
I do.
I was totally powerless.
I get it.
3. You could not have been any different than the way you were. Say it.
You could not have been any different than the way you were.
You are a gift in my life.
You definitely were a gift and are a gift in my life.
And I love you.
And I love you.
Say it like you mean it.
I did. I was feeling come from that. And I love you.
Good. No, you. I can see it. Yes. Why? I'm your mother. Why was I a gift in your life?
Because you showed. Why were you a gift in my life? Because you show me how I can reconnect with that part of me. No. Why?
Who gave you life?
Oh yeah, okay, I forgot about that one.
Who gave you life, please?
I was found under the cabbage patch leaf. Yeah, for giving me the life.
Who gave you life? I did.
Yep.
And didn't I love you the best that I could?
You did.
Considering I was wounded myself?
Absolutely, and you did a powerful job under the conditions.
That's true.
Yeah.
Remember, I wasn't perfect.
No.
I was totally, I was gone. You know, just to even have a child was an immense thing for me. Okay? 4. The biggest gift I can give you.
Biggest gift that I can give you, mother.
Is the full, free, and honest expression.
Is the full, free, and honest expression.
Of my deepest feelings.
Of my deepest feelings.
Regardless of the risk.
Regardless of the risk and who thinks what and who disagrees or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's me being me.
That's the biggest, and I'm speaking for your mother right now, this is the biggest you give me your stuff, using me as an excuse for you not showing up on the planet. Just be you, would you please? I'll be your biggest cheerleader.
Okay, Mommy, I'm listening.
Yeah, you better be.
I am.
Okay, true. She's one of your guides right now. If you want to know the truth, she's one of your angels. Say, would you please go for it? She knows you're working with me. Please. 5. It's more important now that I love me than you or anyone else loving me. Say it.
It is more important now that I love me than anybody else.
Than you or anyone
Than
else.
you or anybody else.
Loving me.
Loving me. The ball's in my hand.
That's right. It's more important now that I love me than you or anyone else loving me. You really mean that?
I do. I just get stuck.
Okay, I'm your mother right now. Am I off the hook?
She is off the hook, but now I'm.
Tell me, I'm your mother.
Mommy, you're off the hook. You shouldn't have been on the hook, but you were on the hook and you're off the hook.
Good. Now do me a favor.
Yeah.
You can finally become this incredible flower you are and stop pushing people away who can see that and totally own it and blossom, please.
I am. I'm at the stage where Mommy gets a free pass because it's not her responsibility. But I'm struggling with the fear, because I've done it for so long, of saying what I want because people won't like me. I still struggle with that, even if it's subtly.
However, you're going to be over that very fast.
Okay.
Until you ask, the key test of who you are is asking for what you want. It doesn't matter. Maureen, if you get it or not, you still ask for it. Don't you get it? You still ask for it. So that's the test. That's the ultimate yes to yourself, asking for what you want. You may not get it, but so what? At least you ask. Right?
Yes, but
that's where your throat chakra closed before, and all that energy was coming up because you had closed your throat chakra. Now it's time to open it up and ask for what you want, Marina.
And I know, in my heart, I'm going, because I don't know if I told you about the experience with Tony Quinn, but it was like when I was lying there, everything was like, it wasn't spongy, it wasn't hard, it wasn't no air, it was a spongy, and it was like running through my body, through my hands.
Yep.
And I felt at that stage, if somebody came in here now with a knife and stuck it in me, I couldn't be harmed.
That's true, and you're right, you couldn't be.
Yeah. But
it's got stuck here. Remember that voice told you, believe in God, believe in Kevin, and then said, believe in yourself?
Yep.
And what do you think you're doing right now with me?
I'm believing in myself.
Thank you very much. That's it. And how do I do that, Alan? By saying yes to yourself at the risk of everything.
So you still do it even though you might feel a bit of fear. That's how you break through.
Absolutely. You go right through the fear. Fear,
false evidence appears real.
Fear is not real. It's an illusion. How are you going to know that until you go through it? The path of the soul, and I'm a soul worker and a soul retriever, is through doors of fear.
I know, but I'm trying to say it to you. So when I want to ask for something or say what's real for me, what has put me off is the fear. But the fear is something that you recognize as it's.
I
recognize. I know. I blame everybody else for it. I recognize that it's not real, and what keeps it more alive is believing in it. So I go ask anyway and feel it, and it'll go through it.
Absolutely true. So you're not gonna know, Marina, that fear is an illusion until you go through it, and then you'll basically get it. But not. This is why this is an action-oriented approach. This is why you're working with me, because it's time for action. You've got to go through your fears to get to the kingdom. In the place of service. And you are right now still trapped by fear, but this is why you're doing this work. Am I off the hook? I'm your mother.
Off the hook, you're by my side, egging me on.
That's right. I'm right there cheering you on because you're doing something that I wanted to do myself. Don't you get it? You are going to feel your mother's presence as an angel in your life. Okay. Ready for the next?
Yep, bring it on.
Dad. Okay.
Yep.
Dad, I resent you for what? Let's go. No more examples because I've already done them.
No more what?
No more examples because you're already there.
That's all right.
Yeah, I'm your father.
I'm getting the hang of this. Daddy, I resent you for making me afraid in my life of you. I wanted a father's love. You give it in a distorted sexual way. Not only that, you terrified me by beating on Mammy, beating on my sister. You were totally selfish in yourself and didn't see us at all. It was all about me, 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 me. You ruined my life.
You made me feel what? Let's go.
You made me feel worthless. You made me feel ashamed. You made me keep secrets. You made me keep secrets that made me feel alone, that I could have nobody to trust, nobody to... I was in a family, but I was outside the family. I felt I was alone because I didn't think anybody else, because I didn't know to talk to anybody else. I was alone. I felt I'm the only one that's fucking feeling bad here. I even felt sort of evil. I felt totally used and abused. And then...
You made me feel what? You also made me feel what? Like I was your mother versus your daughter. Come on, let's go.
Yes, you made me feel like I was your lover. You treated me as a wife. You treated me as your harlem. And the rewards were not good. If you didn't get what you want, I got beaten up.
That's right. So you beat me. You made me totally close off and check out and not trust anyone again.
And then you wouldn't let me have friends. You were jealous of my friends. You would give me permission to go somewhere, and at the last minute tell me you can't go. You alienated me. Well, it's the same as aloneness. You're a bit of a bollocks in all seriousness.
Go ahead. What else? Your dad. Here's your chance.
You really made me change my colours. You made me become a comedian, because if I as much as got scared, you wouldn't let me cry. You wouldn't fucking let me cry.
That's right. You wouldn't let me cry. You made me close. This is the person that made me close your throat chakra. You made me close off my tears and sadness and close my throat chakra and just play your stupid game. Come on, let's go for it.
You fucking made me close off my throat chakra, so I couldn't talk, I couldn't scream, I couldn't fucking cry, I couldn't say what I wanted. I didn't know how the fuck would I know who I was? People asked me, well, what do you like? I had no permission to like anything. I couldn't like me because...
You made me totally powerless.
You made me powerless. You kept me as a hostage because you kept me alienated from family and from friends.
That's right.
You made me
make the decision to totally close my heart, close down my voice, everything. Let's go.
Yes, you made me close down my heart too, and you made me close down my voice.
Now you understand why your throat chakra couldn't open. While we're doing this, you're going to be understanding all this stuff, Marina.
Well, I just hope that it doesn't come out and give somebody the brunt of it.
Stop beating yourself up. Those days are over, kiddo. No. You've got big time work to do. That's got nothing to do with that. Stand by. You haven't seen anything.
Okay, stand back. Make room for me. Here I come.
That's right. So what else? Anything more about me? I'm your dad. You made me feel like a whore. You made me basically close my voice and become whatever you wanted to be.
You made me feel that I was dirty. You made me feel that I was bad. You made me feel I was ashamed. You're a bad fucking father. You made me fucking learn to be dishonest. You taught me bad, devious, manipulative ways.
Okay. Does that feel heavy?
Oh, I'm only star. Yep.
Anything more? Let's go deeper then.
Well, you were totally irresponsible. You left me pregnant, and then you made me be responsible. You sent me fucking over to England to deal with it on my own. You alienated me. Even when I tried to reach out for help and tell you, Mammy questioned me one stage on something, you went fucking behind. You went back to her and says, I can't believe you're saying that to Marina, and you made her pull back. You manipulated. You told lies.
You totally disqualified me.
You totally disqualified me. Squashed me.
Totally disqualified me. And I made a decision, and I chose to become exactly what you wanted me to be.
Yes, I chose. Am I at the choosing part again?
I'm the one that chose. I became whatever you wanted me to be.
You left me no option but to be whatever you want me to be, which was not a little girl, which was not a crying, having feelings, having normal playtime, having a normal fucking life. You made me in. I'll tell you what you made me. I'll tell you. You made me be in hell. You know that place
Yes.
with the dad with the thing? He's not. This was hell.
Okay. You made me totally experience hell and basically close my heart in the process and give up that innocent little girl inside. You beat that little girl out of me, right?
Yes.
Say it.
You did. You beat that little girl out of me, and then you abused that little girl of me. Totally.
Okay.
Hold on, Daddy. I'm not finished. You totally just wrung me out. Any authenticity that was left, you squashed it. You put a big cocoon around it, and it was lost for years. Well, I'll tell you what, Daddy. I'm just letting you know.
Okay, Mary. Accountability, please. Right from the same place. Dad, I chose you. You could not have been any different than the way you were. Let's go.
Dad, I chose you. You couldn't be any different than the way you were. I know.
Tell me about my childhood. I'm your dad.
Your childhood, Daddy, was. Your mother was a bit of a bitch. We hated having her. Your pops was okay. I seen with your family and all the rest that you weren't happy. You were in pain. You didn't know how to deal with it. You choose to go drinking, and you choose to, from your pain, put into sexual stuff. You choose me. I choose you. Sorry, me now. I chose you for these lessons.
You were stuck and you checked out as a child, and you basically reenacted your whole childhood thing with me.
That's right.
Was I beaten as a child? Was I beaten as a child also? I'm your dad.
You were. It was a very. He says no, that was okay, but it wasn't. I know his family. It wasn't. He was.
Okay.
He would have checked out, and he'd no other option only to close off and go where.
I'm him. I'm your
You
dad.
had no other option but to go what may give you pleasure or give you relief from your pain, which was drink. Then it was
And sex.
sex.
Okay. And so you're the one. So basically, I'm the one out of fear that decided to play your game. Let's go.
I'm the one out of fear to decide to play your game. I decided to be there for you, to alleviate your pain in whatever way was possible. I choose to go places with you. I choose to behave the way I did. I choose to make you less pain as I thought and just be who you wanted me to be, not have a voice. I choose this myself.
I chose all that myself because I was of the consequences. If I didn't, I would have been beaten.
I choose that myself because of the consequences. I would have been beaten. I would have been, and everybody else would have been beaten as well. It was a way of keeping
My only choice.
It was my only choice at that time.
But I made it.
But I did make it. With the tools I had at the time.
That's right. The tools you had at the time, you made it. So, let's go.
Where are we going
You got
next?
that sheet? Have you got that sheet up here yet? Because I want you to read this.
Yeah.
Read the leading, because you're going to take your dad off the hook right now. He's here. And believe me, your dad's got big-time karma, and he's one of your angels, too. But he's got big-time karma. You're going to take him off the hook. That's how you graduate with this guy. You take him off the hook. Let's go. I've been holding some feelings.
I've been holding some feelings towards a few. No.
Some resentment.
Yep.
Have you got the sheet up? Have you got it up? Sheet?
I've been holding some resentment towards a few people in my life,
Including who?
including you, Daddy. But
Yep.
it is really resentment towards myself for blaming others for my inability to take risks, express my deepest feelings, and ask for what I want.
Is that true?
That's 110%.
Okay. Now, one. I no longer hold you responsible. Let's go.
I no longer hold you responsible for feelings that I felt and decisions that I alone made as a child.
Okay, what were the feelings you felt with me and decisions you made? I'm your dad.
What feelings I felt?
Yeah.
I felt afraid.
Yeah. What else? Alone.
I felt afraid, alone,
And what were the decisions you made?
to become whatever he wanted me to be safe.
I'm him.
To become whatever you, Daddy, wanted me to become, so I would be safe.
You got it. Two. How can I? Let's go. Two.
How can I hold you responsible for decisions that I alone made?
That's right.
I can't.
You made those decisions. I mean, of course, he was terrible, but you made those decisions for survival and protection purposes only.
Come here, can I tell you?
That's it.
Come here, can I tell
But that was. What's that?
When I was older, when I was 18 in my teens, I really felt guilty and ashamed because what came to me and had been with me for a long time, not now, but back then, was I felt embarrassed, ashamed, and all the rest because guilty, because somewhere in me said, yes, when you're a child you had no other tool, but nothing stopped you when you were 12, 13 or 14 when you had a bit more tools to say, to run away, to do something. Marina, you choose to stay there. You choose not to act.
So what? So what?
So
that's what I say. So what?
Yeah. So
you weren't ready. You weren't ready.
Okay.
You weren't ready until Kevin came into the picture.
I'm just taking responsibility.
Yes. That's all.
Yeah.
But you weren't ready to make a break. Not until Kevin came in and you basically manifested the real family, which is Kevin and Eileen. Were you safe enough to do that? Correct?
Yes.
Eileen became your mother that you always wanted, correct?
Yes. But she could have been a bit better.
Who manifested her?
I did.
Thank you very much. Okay. 3.
Daddy,
you're talking to your dad.
Daddy, you could not have been any different than the way you were. You are a gift in my life, and I love.
Why am I a gift in your life?
Because
I'm your dad.
You brought me into the world.
That's true. I gave you life.
You give me life.
And what's the last part of that?
And I love you.
Of course you love your dad. Now here's the key thing that no one else will ever bring up except me. You did this because you loved your dad too. And you really did.
I did.
Love your dad.
I did.
You really did. There's nothing to be ashamed that you loved him. So that was the name of the game. So what? But you did love your father. And you better get it. And if he's a sick game he was playing and you played too, but it doesn't matter. You still loved him.
And I told him that before he died.
Tell me about it. What happened?
I went over a couple of times over the years to confront him. And I always seen in his eyes, Alan, that there were tears of guilt and shame. And
Absolutely.
It could make me cry for him because I didn't know how to say it at the time, but it was like, you're no different than me, you're no different from anybody. It's not the stories, what you did, it's the guilt and shame and worthlessness you feel. I didn't have the word worthless back then. So when I went over a year before he died, he was really happy. He used to ask about my mum, and when my mum died, he used to say, oh, I'm just so sorry. And he'd say, your poor mum. And I used to think, hey, he's not saying he's sorry to me. But then I smiled and thought, because he doesn't have to. He knows I don't hold him. It doesn't mean that I still don't act out from them things because they're not clear. But I generally loved him and told him, I love you. And I think he felt it. I think he was still holding on to what he did to my mother more so than me. So, because in a way,
I'm sure.
He was off the hook with me.
Sure that, but the most important point is this: your mother is not working with me right now. You are, and the only way you can graduate from this is by you're not the one that's going to close your heart. You're opening your heart right now with me. Remember that heart that closed, the knife in it. You're now opening it. Then that means basically you really love your dad. That's going to be the opener. Get it?
Yep.
You're the one who's graduating, my dear. Next, the biggest gift, let's go. The biggest gift I can give you, Dad, is what?
The biggest gift I can give you, Dad, is the full, free and honest expression of my deepest feelings and how I feel and what I want, regardless of the risk to any relationship.
To our relationship.
To our relationship.
Okay. And it's more important now, what? Number 5.
It's more important now that I love me than you or anyone else loving me.
Am I off the hook on your dad? Look at me.
You're completely off the hook. Go have fun wherever you're doing or whatever you are. You're off the hook.
Let me tell you what he's going to do, since I can commune with these people. He's going to be an angel in your life. He's totally, I mean, you have done something beautiful here by taking him off the hook. He hated himself when he died. He hated himself in his latter years. You went beyond that by taking him off the hook from a place of love and gratitude. Of course he was imperfect. Of course he was, and you made a lot of decisions because of that, but now you're remaking them. You can't remake them without opening your heart. You just did that. How does that feel versus being a victim?
It feels good, and tell him to behave himself. I know he can be playful as well. Well, he can have fun as well if he's not.
That's right.
Yeah.
He loves that. He loved that part of you, by the way. That funny part of you. I'm sure he did.
Oh, we had fun when it wasn't bad. You know, when you look back at your life, you think it was all black, it was all. But when you look back, it wasn't. There was fun. He was a big child at heart, a big fucking silly child.
That's right. And you had fun with him too. Treasure those moments. Treasure those moments.
Yeah. And my mum too, she gets off the hook as well because she was soft and gentle, and she told me when I went to confront her about how she didn't know, sorry mommy, she told me there was 2 times in her life she cried, and the sounds that came out of her was not human. One when she heard about me, but you see she hid the pain as well. One when she heard about me, because I can remember her wrapping her arms around me.
Yep.
Which I couldn't receive then because, you know, I was shut
up. You were still blaming her.
And then
go ahead.
The next time when Aaron died and my sister went up to our house to tell her, she flung Jesus, whoever was on our wall, off the wall and told him she was never saying another prayer to him again. And Mammy was a frail woman. Mammy had leukemia and all the rest, but she did a hissy fit around the house. She flung the holy picture or whatever the holy thing was, and she howled like, as she says, there were not human sounds. Her sorrow, her grief. I mean, I could nearly cry. I could nearly cry thinking about it if I had known that.
Oh yeah, because she felt deeply too. So you've done something very beautiful here by reconnecting with love and gratefulness. Don't you get it? That's the only way you can cut through the pain. That throat chakra is going to open next. Your sister. What's your oldest sister's name? This will be fast.
Carol.
Carol. What do you resent about? Carol, I resent you for what?
Carol, I resent you for always taking the limelight off me, you bitch. You always could sing better, look better. Everybody liked you better. Everybody favoured you.
Made me feel what?
Second class.
Right. Go ahead.
Made me feel not good.
Make what decision? Make what decision?
Huh?
And make what decision with you? I'm Carol.
Make a decision.
No. You made me feel second class, Carol, and made me decide to do what?
To be resentful and to be jealous. Spent a lot of my time being jealous.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that one lasted years and years. I started to compare. You made me compare myself with everybody and everything.
That's right. That's right.
And I resented people who was better, got all the attention. I thought, whatever. I was nasty.
It all started with your sister.
I can see that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And
so it made me feel
you got the nice dainty shoes, the nice painted shoes. When I got the old thick brogues because I was a tomboy.
You were acting out back then. So there's no way. That was a battle you couldn't win. Okay.
What do you mean I was acting out?
I mean, you were just basically doing whatever. You were trying to find an identity. Of course you became a tomboy. Whatever. Okay? Look, I'm talking about your sister. You were jealous of your sister because she got the attention. And so basically, it was jealousy.
Oh, yeah.
Comparing yourself to everybody because you didn't know who you were, right?
Only up to about a year ago, seriously.
Okay.
Can
you
you
have
believe
fun.
that, how stubborn and thick I've been?
Oh, yes.
Me?
It's all right. Now, accountability, please. Carol, you could not have been any different than you were.
You could not have been any different than what you are. I choose to be jealous of you because I was in pain. And you're my little sister who I really did think the world of you, and I looked up to you.
No, she's your big sister.
Oh yeah, I forgot. She's my big role reversal. You are my big sister. And actually I came to, even though I was jealous and envious really as well, I came to really appreciate you because I could stand behind you, and if somebody asked us, what's your favourite band? I hadn't a clue. I went brain dead. Didn't know who I was supposed to like. You was melt and sprout off, and you were just your own little self. And I really liked our little spare. She was a fiery bitch too. That's another side of her. But really, I'm really grateful to have her.
I know right now.
You were a fiery bitch too because you're a redhead. But it's okay, I got my own secret revenge, which we laughed about since. But yes, you had no accountability for it. I choose to take things that way. I choose to be resentful.
Okay. However, okay, let's go right to the accountability list. Right. I've been holding some resentment towards a few people in my life. Let's going to do your sister. You're going to do this one in person.
Huh?
Let's go. You're going to do that with her in person. I've been holding some resentment towards a few people in my life. Read the cheat sheet.
Cheat sheet. I've been holding some resentment towards a few people in my life, including you, dear Carol, but it's really resentment towards myself for blaming others and you for my inability to take risks, express my own deepest feelings, and ask for what I wanted.
That's right. No longer my fault, or it's your own fault.
See,
okay,
I'm getting good at this now, see?
I know you are. You're getting this. By the time we get to Ginny, you're going to be there. We have one last one, which I can't wait to get to. Yourself. That's coming.
Well,
okay, one. I no longer hold you responsible. Let's go.
I no longer hold you at all responsible for feelings that I felt and decisions that I alone made as a child or in our little sisterly relationship or adult one either.
That's right. You were all I had, Carolyn. So I basically was jealous of you and modeled myself after you. You were all I had.
That's true,
correct?
You were, yes.
And I've never thanked you either, have I?
Not in a clear way, but
you're going to. This is going to be part of your homework. Two, how can I hold you responsible? Let's go.
How the hell can I hold you responsible for decisions that I alone made?
I was jealous because I had no idea of who I was, Carolyn.
I was jealous because I had no idea, Carol, who I was, and you were getting attention for who you were, and I wanted to be you, but I could never be you because you were you.
Three.
You could not have been any different than the way you were. You were a gift in my life, and I love and really appreciate.
Why am I a gift? I'm a gift, Carol. Why am I a gift?
Carol, you're a gift because. Yeah, why is she a gift?
You're my sister.
Oh, simple. Yes. How? You are my sister.
You went through the same stuff, a lot of the same stuff that I did.
She did. Actually, I could cry too. She went through a lot of violent stuff herself.
Absolutely. And the most important, and what?
And I love you and I appreciate you.
Don't forget to say the I love you word. It's huge right now. You're opening your heart. That throat chakra will not open until you open up your heart and say I love you. So you're going to tell that to your sister Carolyn. She's going to love it. You're going to do this homework. Read this sheet. What's the biggest gift? The biggest gift I can give you is what? Read that.
Carol. Her name is Carol. Carol. Your name is Carol. Yeah? Okay. The biggest gift, Carol, I can give you is the full, free and honest expression of my deepest feelings, regardless of the risk to our relationship.
That's right. The biggest gift you can give her is yourself.
And
no longer trying to be someone else, just be you.
And you're okay if you don't like the new me, but it's okay. You get, yes, to do that.
It's more important now, 5. It's more important now, what?
It's more important now that I love me. It's more important now that I love me more than you or anyone else loving me.
Am I off the hook? Oh, Carol.
You're totally off the hook to be your own authentic, sweet Carolness.
Am I going to, and I'm Carol now, am I going to truly experience you then?
Yes,
Marina?
You are.
Okay, next, Jenny.
Jenny.
I resent you for what?
I resent you for being born. You stolen any line like that I could have had. Yes?
Yep.
I was struggling and waiting to get my turn, but Carol has my turn, and then before I could get my turn, you came along and stole a hole with your being weak and convulsions and special.
Right, you made me the invisible middle child.
Yes, I became, yes, unseen. The
unseen middle child.
Yeah.
That's what you became.
Yep. But no more. Oh, I'm not at that part yet. Go on.
No. So I resent you for what? For basically being weak and people and taking away all attention from me, reinforcing what?
Reinforcing that I'm worthless, and also for getting me into trouble with your little green frog that you see you press down in your hand. And I says in the back of the car, Jenny, let me see your little green frog. And I press it down, and the window, the far side, happened to be open that much. If you tried to do it, you couldn't do it. And where the fuck did the frog jump? Out through the window. And little Jenny, you Jenny, started, look what she done to my frog. And I got into trouble, and I had to walk a half-mile back the road looking for this frog. Now, that's all you resent me.
Go ahead, what else? What else do you resent about me? I'm Jenny.
I just basically resent you for all the attention, and I didn't really know you, because by the time you came along, you were just like an unwanted puppy in my life.
Okay, so, and I basically made the decision to what? Ignore you and torture you in the process.
Ignore you and dismiss you in my life.
And withhold love from you.
And withhold love from you until I needed you later on and took you as a parachute accompaniment for my fun.
So I'm the one that decided to withhold love from you. And you've done that with a few people. Those days are over, Marina. Withhold love from you.
I've done that with a lot of people.
I know it. Those days are over. I'm the one that withheld love from you to punish you.
I'm the one that...
And you were just a little innocent little girl.
I'm the one that...
Say it.
Yes, I surely am the one, Jenny, that withheld love from you. You were just an innocent little girl, and I punished you for my feelings and what I was going through. Blamed you, Jenny. Oh, my Lord, it's a
And that must have caused you tremendous turmoil.
That must have caused you tremendous turmoil, because I wasn't a very nice sister.
Okay. So let's go. Accountability. Start with the lead-in.
I've been holding some resentment towards a few people in my life, including you, but it's really resentment towards myself for blaming you and others for my inability to take risks, express my deepest feeling, and ask for what I wanted.
Got it. I no longer hold you responsible, number one.
I no longer hold you responsible for feelings that I felt and decisions that I alone made as a child or in our relationship.
Okay, so you couldn't have been any different than the way you were?
No.
No. You were born, and I immediately felt what?
I immediately felt probably jealous.
That's right. Jealous, and also what?
Left out.
Was replaced.
Huh?
Replaced.
Well, yes, I never thought of that one. I might have got some mileage out of that one.
And I made the decision to what?
And I made a decision to shut you out. Make you not.
And I want you to forgive. Say it.
And I would like if you. I want you.
No,
I want you to forgive me.
You forgive yourself for doing that?
Me, yes.
You better.
I was only a little innocent kid, and you know better.
I don't care.
I do.
You've got to forgive yourself, because she will forgive you.
Yep.
And if I hurt you in any way, I want to tell you I forgive you. I forgive you for the way I acted. I want you to forgive me for the way I acted. Say it.
I want you to forgive me for the way I acted.
Yeah, because you did. You had to take it out on her. It goes downhill. You had nobody else to. All you have is Jenny, right? Two.
How could I hold you responsible for decisions I alone made? I can't.
How can I hold you responsible for my sadness? Please, you were just an innocent little girl, right?
You're a little baby, 5 years younger than me.
Yeah, and I'm making you responsible for my pain.
Yes, blaming it all on you, a little cute little baby that you were.
Yeah, by withholding love from you.
By withholding love from you, and by withholding being your sister, because we were forced to, okay, I'm looking past now, we were forced to look after her maybe, or mind her. Yeah.
Three.
You could not have been any different than the way you were. You are a gift in my life. As a sister.
And what else?
Huh?
And I love.
A sister, and I love and appreciate you.
Okay. When's the last time you told Jenny you really love her?
She started roaring and laughing and think I've lost me marbles again.
I don't care. You're going to do it.
Again.
Yes, because you would not be doing it from a different place. Believe me, part of her is still there too. The whole family was dysfunctional. You put part.
She'll say, I'll say, Jenny, I just made a call to just tell you that, tell her this blah blah blah, and tell her, and I love and appreciate you, and she'll go, have you started drinking again?
No, but I don't care what you think now. It's all different when you're working with me.
Okay.
Before Alan and after Alan, you got to get it. But don't mind fuck about that stuff. Just do it. Or the biggest gift I can give you is what?
The biggest gift that I can give you is the full, free and honest expression of my deepest, wonderful, beautiful feelings, regardless of the risk of our relationship. And you thinking me mad. 5. It is more important now that I love me more than you or anyone else loving me.
Am I off the hook for being born?
You're off the hook for being born, and I want you to be your full expression of your true little nature.
Then you do the same thing to me and stop playing games with me, which is what she's going to tell you. It's all you have to do. All you have to do is ask for her forgiveness. Because you took it out on her, didn't you? You withheld love from her, correct?
Yeah, but it was only a mental withholding. I didn't beat her up or anything.
No, but it doesn't matter. There's no just withholding. You're there. Remember, you're all part of a dysfunctional family. Mm-hmm. You're there, and you're playing your role.
The Addams family. Do 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 do.
Okay. Am I off the hook on Jenny?
Total.
Okay. The two people you're going to complete with in real life is going to be Carol and Jenny. Use the sheet to do that. Okay, now we get to the biggie. Yourself.
Woohoo, bring me on.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
I resent me, not me first, I thought. I resent me for what?
Are you not going to play me?
Let's go.
I resent me for being a big shite. In other words, being afraid to say what I wanted, being a coward, for being sneaky, for blaming others, for being manipulative, for all the behaviours I'd done out of that. But basically,
running away from what?
Running away from myself, from my feelings.
And love.
And love. Oh yeah, I ran.
Running away from love.
Yeah.
What else?
I've run away from love. I resent me for closing my fucking heart for so long. Okay, I might get to close it off for a while just to have a little relapse. I closed it off for a hell of a long time, and I closed off.
What else?
Huh?
What else do you resent yourself for?
I close off my truth and what I really need or want, and afraid to express it. Everybody's going to
closing down my voice and not speaking my truth and what I want. Come on.
And then Alan won't let me speak when I want to open my voice to say what I need to say, and for really being a big coward and being afraid and not taking the risk to just be me regardless, because I've lost the other way anyway. People weren't liking me anyway. I felt bad because I wasn't being truthful. So what the fuck did I gain, Alan?
Nothing.
Experience.
Yeah. Okay. What else do you resent yourself for? I want you to beat yourself up.
Bold Marina. I resent myself for being so afraid. I resent myself for being a coward.
For being controlled by fear.
I resent myself for being controlled by that little demon called fear, and I made it that big. Yeah.
What else?
I resent myself for not taking risks, for not loving when I could have loving. I miss wonderful. I resent myself for closing off even when I had my own kids and instilling fear in my kids.
Right. For closing my heart even with my own children.
Closing my heart with my own children, my first husband Kevin, and anybody basically that I've been with.
Okay. Absolutely. There's no way. That's part of the game. You punished him by withholding love. And I resent myself for what? For saying no to myself and being controlled by fear.
I resent myself for being so good at this shitty game that I fooled myself for so long, and I thought I was clever, obviously not. And I resent myself for not saying yes to me. Sometimes that can be a no nicely to other people. But not being able to say no without making fucking excuses, or saying,
right.
I can't because I'm doing something else.
Because of my need for outer validation versus inner validation.
For my need
Say
for
it.
outer validation so you'll tell me I'm okay, and then I can go, okay, I'm okay. But I didn't feel okay because I knew I was lying. So outer validation didn't work for me. And even if I
resent myself for not. I resent myself for not being honest.
I resent myself for not being honest and for pretending to be honest. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you resent yourself for?
I resent myself for not trusting me.
Okay, now look. Listen to these words carefully.
For doubting me. I resent myself for doubting me.
Listen to these words carefully.
Okay.
Let them sink in. Since I do represent the universe, you are totally forgiven. There's no other way you could have done this than the way you did. Since I represent the universe, since I'm connected to all these people anyway, that have passed on, you couldn't have done it any different. So I want you to say these words. I forgive myself. I could not have done this any different than the way I did, and mean it.
Can I have a question before I say that? What took me so long?
No, because you weren't ready
But
yet.
the universe has been giving me all these chances all along. I see it.
Stop. Stephen had to be in place. You're going to a much bigger place, my dear. Everyone's going to see this tape of yours. It's like you're going to affect a lot of people just by you being you. And Stephen had to be there too. So all these people had to fall into place for this to all happen. So don't beat yourself up.
I've been waiting around for all these people to get in line.
No. They've been waiting around for you.
Oh, shit.
So my point is this: you were still a victim, still playing your games. So I want to hear these words.
Okay.
I forgive myself. I could not have done this any different than the way I did.
I forgive myself because I couldn't have done this any different than the way I did.
You didn't say it really mean. I want you to really mean it. Look at the camera and tell me that.
I forget now. Okay.
I forgive
I
myself.
forgive myself because I couldn't have done one thing different than I've done. Not even a teeny bit different than I've done.
That's true.
That's true.
Ella, you're totally forgiven. Maria, you're totally forgiven. You are totally forgiven. Now the question is this. The universe wants to know this, including your mom and dad, who are both angels in your life. Are you ready to say yes to yourself and not be controlled by fear?
Yes,
You better be.
I am. Watch this space.
Okay. Well done, my dear. I knew it was going to be special working with you. Okay, this is your homework.
Okay.
Use this sheet.
There's no more homework. I'm done. I'm finished.
No, you're not done.
It's yes. How
Okay,
come I'm not done? It's a yes.
But you're at the
I'm finding
you're
my
at the
voice.
launch
I'm saying
point.
no, Alan, no homework.
Yes. I want you to basically use the cheat sheet, take Carol and Jenny off the hook and mean it. And go through some fears in the process of doing that. Okay?
So I just have to read that sheet to them.
But read it and mean it.
Okay, yes.
Mean it. Now look. Tomorrow at 10 o'clock, you're going to be hearing a tape, as I said before, two people going through the well of grief. The only thing that's keeping you from the promised land right now is your fear. And you don't need it. So let the feelings come up when you do this. Let the feelings come up. If it's pain, surrender to it. I guarantee you that underneath it, joy, intention, purpose, and delight. You're going to start laughing and crying at the same time.
Just a bit like the Irish weather. What happens?
Yes.
What happens if I say, I'm not asking it from fear, I'm just asking, if I say this to one of my sisters and they don't take me seriously, or this feeling of, it's the same feeling of embarrassment for being me.
No.
I can tell you what I do, Alan. I make jokes out of things. I might try to open and I say something
here's how you're
and I
gonna do
make
it.
a joke. Are you listening? Because I found my voice.
Yes.
I make a joke out of it and then I say something but take it back by joking about it. You get me?
No. You're going to do it differently.
I'm going to tell them I'm serious.
No, you're going to do this. You're going to tell them this work you're doing with me, what you're getting in touch with. You're going to share with them yourself what you're doing, what you've got in touch with, and thank them. That doesn't make sense unless you share your own journey, like your life chart. You need to share what you're doing, what your work with me, what's happening. You need to let them in. That's what intimacy is all about. Let them in. And then thank them for being a gift. They'll get it then. You can't do it if you don't let them into what's happening to you. And what's happened to you, please, they all saw it as children. So you've got to let them in. Your days of being a loner are over. It's time to let people in. Why do you think I share my life chart with everybody? You read it in my book, you see it in the Kindle book. I don't care. Who knows about me? Really, it's time to let them in. You're going to do it from that place. I've been doing this work with Alan, and I've just found this, basically realized I've been living my lie most of my life, and I realize I've hurt you, and I've hurt you, Carol, too, and by having resentment, jealousy, and you, Jenny, by withholding love, and I want you to know that I want you to forgive me for doing that. I really do. And they're going to get it. Don't joke about it. It's just serious stuff.
You know, I can be a joker at heart.
I don't care.
Excuse me.
God bless you. Not
He is.
now.
Yes.
Not now.
Yes, now. God is blessing me now.
That is true. So you're off the hook, kiddo. The universe is taking you off the hook. Now they want to see you take action. This is your action. Use this sheet. Take them off the hook. Reread that Fort Mason story, etc. Get ready for our next session, but get ready for tomorrow. Because you're going to hear two people you are going to totally connect with going through the well of grief to the other side.
Alan,
It's going to blow your mind.
will it work for you at 1 o'clock my time?
What time is that?
That's your responsibility to find out. No, serious.
No.
It's usually you do 10 o'clock a.m.
Right?
and this is 3 hours later. Because it's 6 o'clock my time normally, and I'm asking for, would it suit you 9 o'clock?
Oh, 9 o'clock, 1 hour earlier. Yes, that's fine.
No, it'll be 3 hours later than what you've started this session at. If you started this session at 10 o'clock, your time,
Yeah.
would it suit you?
It's about 10:30, but go ahead.
Would it suit you at 1 a.m., 1 p.m. tomorrow?
Okay, 1 p.m. my time or your time?
Your time.
1 p.m. is fine tomorrow.
Okay.
So it's 1 p.m. I'm going to be playing that tape. It's not going to be that long because everybody hears this tape, including all my veterans and everything. I want you to hear this tape. It's going to be very meaningful to you because this person, remember now, we haven't talked about your breech birth. You were stuck in the womb. So your original aloneness was being a breech birth. You were stuck.
Well,
There was nobody there for you.
what happens? That's just like a vague memory, thinking I was breech and thinking.
It's an imprint of aloneness.
Okay.
It's an imprint of aloneness. It's there, believe me. And it made you even more subject. When everything happened with your mother, etc., you were even more vulnerable at that
So,
point.
are you telling me everybody who's breech at birth goes through aloneness?
If you have a breech birth, remember, think about it. Here you are surrendering to the birth trauma, right? And you suddenly you're stuck. You're stuck. You can't know what's happening. So it's very difficult for you to totally surrender after that because you're afraid you're going to get stuck. Have you ever been able to totally surrender? Have you?
What do you think?
I don't know. Have you?
Well, I don't know.
I don't think you have. But guess what? You're going to. You're going to learn to surrender. So that's an imprint that's still there. And it was with your mother, by the way, thank you. So when your mother betrayed you, it was a double thing because it was the original birth also. Don't worry about it. You chose your mother.
I'm just
Don't get into your head.
No, I'm just nosy.
It's fine.
Curious.
But hey, look, I'm an identical twin. My biggest separation was from my twin when I was born, 2 minutes before he was. That's why it was so traumatic when I was taken away from my grandfather. It was reinforcing my earlier separation from my twin. See what I'm talking about? There's not a squalling digestive tract when we're born. We're a human being, capable of feelings and everything else. The birth trauma is a rite of passage. So you're being asked to surrender and let go. That's why I told you that story about the fighter plane and being squashed into the seat. That was my original birth trauma. I surrendered. That's why you're working with me, because I can surrender.
So what do I have to
I
surrender
know
to
the
then?
bottom line. What's
What
that?
do I have to surrender to?
Just go beyond your fear. Let the feelings come up. Whatever feelings come up, let them come up. You're already beyond the point of no return. Now I need to have you do your homework. Take Carol. Don't joke about it. Tell her what's going on with you, what you're doing with me. Tell Jenny too. They'll be serious. Don't worry. And get ready. Tomorrow.
I have to do this on the phone because one lives too far away from me.
That's fine. That is fine. You can do it on the phone, but just do it. Okay? 1 o'clock tomorrow.
Yep.
And then guess what happens Friday at 10?
Woohoo! I don't know, but I'm getting excited.
You should be. You're going to meet the little girl because she's almost ready. But I need action from you. I need you to complete with your sisters. Okay? Well done, Marina. I'm proud of you. You've done a great job.
Cool, Alan, cool.
Keep it up. I will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock my time.
Yes.
It's 8 o'clock your time.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock your time. 1 o'clock my time.
Okay.
Okay? Well done, Marina. That was pretty exhausting, but worth it. Agreed?
Yes, but I'm full of beans now.
You feeling good?
Feeling good. Really feeling good.
You
Woohoo!
start owning your excitement then.
Okay.
You deserve it. Okay?
Thank you, Alan. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Bye.